Hello everyone, welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Now channel. As always, this time I have appeared with the mysterious soap opera. So don't delay, like and subscribe now. Substantiations. Thomas and Paris' love for each other. At Bill's house, Poppy checked the time. Luna and RJ entered, and RJ invited Poppy to go with them to Eric's house. Poppy preferred to stay for Bill. RJ asked where Bill was. Pretending a happy address, Poppy revealed that Bill was with Katie. Luna saw through it and tried to assure her mama that she had nothing to worry about. AJ and Luna took off, and Poppy checked her watch again, wondering why Bill was not home. In the design office, Katie claimed she was not trying to come off as insecure. Katie was trying to wrap her head around Bill having a son with Poppy, who gave Katie bad vibes. Bill wondered what that meant. Katie replied that she did not want him taken advantage of. Bill believed Katie felt that way because he was the father of their son, but Katie said she would always wanted what was stylish for him. Bill uttered that he would allowed for a long time that reuniting their family had been what was stylish. Katie knew Bill had a lot of guilt about the history, but in Bill, she saw a strong, caring man who could make one feel like the only person in the world. Bill replied that he would allowed. He was bullheaded, arrogant, and aggressive. Bill honored that he would grown up a bit, and he owed it substantially to Katie, the stylish thing that had ever happened to him. Tearfully, he called her the love of his life. He got that life went on, and she had a right to move on. Though it had taken him a while, he would eventually move on to his coming chapter. Katie asked Bill to say it again. He stated that life went on. You know what I mean, she uttered, taking his hand. Bill stated that she was the love of his life. She was his Katie. Bill apologized, saying he felt as if he was transferring her mixed signals, but he would always love her. She concluded that he was moving on with Luna and Poppy. Bill stated that he would always hold what he and Katie had participated in his heart, and they had awful recollections. Flashbacks played of Bill and Katie throughout the times. Bill stated that they'd had an awful life and family, and he would frequently wondered what could have been he had not squished effects up. Katie said she did too. Bill asked what was going on with what's his name. Katie replied that she and Carter were better off as musketeers, and she could not see herself moving on with any man at that point. She wished Bill would suppose about what he said before he said it. Bill asked what that meant, and Katie indicated that it was hurtful of him to say she was the love of his life when he did not mean it. He claimed that he did mean it and told her not to mistake his love for her. Bill and Katie hugged. Just also, Poppy opened the door and saw the grass. In Eric's office, Paris was irate that Hope had made a play for Paris fiancé. Hope asked if Paris really allowed. Thomas had moved on from what he would had with Hope that presto. Hope claimed to be concerned for Paris and Thomas because it was passing too presto. Hope said she would been the only woman in Thomas' life for times, but Paris said it was not the case presently. Paris asked if Hope was trying to say that it was a matter of time before Thomas went back to Hope. Hope replied that Paris should be careful because Thomas was veritably much a own woman man. Paris did not appreciate the warning when Hope was the one making moves on Thomas. Hope claimed she was being honest. Paris revealed that she and Thomas had erected their relationship on honesty at a deep position, and she said Hope knew nothing about that or Paris' relationship with Douglas. Paris said that it soaked Hope that Douglas had embraced Paris. Paris said she was sensitive to it, acted as if Thomas could no way get over Hope. Paris asserted that Thomas loved her with his eyes and touch. She said that in bed, she and Thomas daydreamed about their home and unborn children, which was commodity Hope, and Thomas had no way had. Paris stated that Thomas had left Hope in the history. It was time for Hope to admire Thomas and Paris' engagement and leave Paris fiancé alone. Paris did not want drama and got how hard it was for Hope. Hope asked if Paris got how important Hope and Thomas had loved each other. Paris replied that Hope had not wanted to get wedded. That was okay, but it was not what Thomas had wanted, so he would moved on. Paris repeated that Thomas was a one-woman man. "I'm that woman now," Paris concluded, and she left. At Eric's house, Carter, Eric, and Donna spoke with Thomas, and the men complimented Thomas on his engagement. Rich and Brooke arrived for the 4th of July festivity. Steffi, Finn, and the kiddies were out doing family effects, and Rich said they might make it laterally. Rich asked where Thomas' bridegroom, Toby, was. Deciding to find out, Thomas checked his phone. Latterly, RJ and Luna arrived, and RJ told Thomas that he would left big shoes to fill with HTF. Thomas replied that his family was doing just okay. RJ and Luna said they were happy for Thomas, and RJ wondered where Thomas' fiancé was. Thomas said it was a good question. Latterly, Thomas was hugging Paris, and Eric heeded the woman of the hour. Rich called Paris his unborn son-in-law. As Thomas got Paris a drink, Carter congratulated her and her ring, saying that Thomas was a lucky Joe. Paris joined Thomas by the drinks. He said he would allowed about transferring Charlie to look for her. She asked if he would miss her. Always, he muttered against her lips. She said she would have some loose ends to tie up. He hoped she would tie it all up because he did not want to let her out of his sight for the rest of the night. Paris and Thomas courted and canoodled. Behind them, Hope opened the frontal door and witnessed the kiss. Latterly, Brooke saw Hope and Thomas regard each other, and Brooke asked if Hope was okay. Eric intruded, getting everyone's attention to thank them for attending the party. Rich blazoned that his son was home, and he heeded to his son's engagement. Thomas assumed his return and engagement had surprised some. He explained that he would been out of feathers when he would arrived at International, and he would no way anticipated to fall in love. But that's exactly what happened, he stated. He said he and Paris had reconnected and helped each other. He stated that she meant the world to him, and he loved her. Paris replied in kind and said she could not stay to be married. Thomas noted that Eric and Stephanie had made the place a home of love and family. He and Paris had helped each other through problems and issues and had helped each other move history at that point. He asked if he and Paris could get married in Eric's home. "I guess we are about to have another marriage," Eric blatted and heeded the couple. Hope's eyes widened, and she backed into the foyer as the others celebrated. A pop like a cork sounded, and confetti fell through the air. Hope looked over and saw Thomas and Paris kissing.